We are in December, you all. It is that time of the year. It is time for the holidays. We are in the Christmas spirit time. And I couldn't think of a better Christmas movie to kickstart this whole holiday season off than with a holiday film filled with blood, gore, heavy action, and Santa Claus dropping a whole bunch of F-bombs. You gotta love it. That is a holiday classic for you. Let me talk to y'all today. It is your boy Questin Fisher of the Fish Flicks Entertainment Channel. We are here where we talk about all things film reviews, TV reviews, and sometimes a little pro wrestling. It's all storytelling, so why not talk about it? And today we're gonna be doing a film review on the latest film that recently released this weekend called Violent Night. And the film Violent Night stars David Harbour as Santa Claus. And the synopsis for Violent Night is this. A group of mercenaries, they go on and to invade this family compound where the family is gathering together for the holidays, and it is Christmas Eve, and they think they're gonna have a nice family night full of cheer, gifts, cookies, cuss words. Yes, I said cuss words because this is an R-rated film if you did not know. And so the mercenaries, they come on out and they invade and they try to rob the family of all their money. And while all this is happening, it is Christmas Eve and Santa Claus is out and about and he's delivering gifts. And he comes across this family compound and it is his duty to go on and save this family before they are all killed. And man, let me first off by saying this film was a lot of fun to watch. I really enjoyed the hell out of it, and it was a fun little Christmas film, I gotta say. And one key thing that I want to start when it comes to the positives is David Harbour. David Harbour as Santa Claus was great because it's not like he's just some Joe Schmo that's playing Santa Claus in the little mall as an actor. No, he is legit Santa Claus in this movie. And I like that nice little touch because we got a lot of layers to his character and him as Santa Claus because it's the time of the year and it takes place in 2022 pretty much, and we know of this day and age when it comes to giving gifts to kids and whatnot, all kids nowadays really want is either tablets, games, or money. That's the gist of it. And so Santa Claus is sitting there as at the point in time where he's seeming like his grumpy old man phase of where he's a little bit old, he's tired, he doesn't have the holiday spirit within him anymore because kids not necessarily believing in the holiday joy and the Santa Claus. And I like that nice little touch to the film because it really layered the Santa Claus character out. And I can't believe I'm saying this, of a Santa Claus character having layers to him. So you see him, he's all drunk, he has his tattoos, he's basically out there delivering gifts while intoxicated and faded, and he was the standout of this film from start to finish. David Harbour as Santa Claus is exactly what you think of him is. David Harbour playing Santa Claus. And he was absolutely a delight and fun to watch all throughout this film, seeing him being that action hero as Santa Claus. And talking about the action, man, the action fight scenes of this film, they were a lot of fun, man. And going into this film, I didn't know this film was going to be rated R until I actually went to the theater to go sit down and watch the film. I'm like, oh, this is a rated R movie. This should be interesting. And a lot of comparisons that this film has, and you'll notice it immediately upon watching the film and once everything starts to happen, is that this film's a Christmas movie where you have this one, where you have Die Hard and elements of Home Alone mixed together into one, and then you have this film as it is, Violent Night. And the violence delivers when it comes to the action, man. It is some heavy, hard-hitting action. You see some faces get smashed in, bludgeoned. Santa Claus has his own little sledgehammer that he's smashing faces with. People get stabbed left and right, and man, doesn't that sound like your good old ordinary typical Christmas movie? Huh? You gotta love it, man. And I really enjoyed the uniqueness and different and how different this film was. It does have the typical holiday tropes, yes, of course, but man, this film was a lot of fun, and it's the holiday film that we actually need and deserve. Now, the supporting characters within this film, they're just there. They're just background players, essentially. You don't really care too much about the family outside of the little girl who throughout the film is actually talking to Santa Claus through a walkie-talkie to try to navigate and help Santa save her and her family. And she was a delight to see in the film because she's just stuck in the middle of her family drama where her parents are not necessarily together, and that's her one wish of her family being brought back together. So you're on this course with them and seeing that relationship evolve and grow, and you're really hoping that this little girl does get her holiday wish at the end of the day this film ends. But man, the family in this film, although they were just there just to be there to have characters in the film, their dialogue in the film when they're first introduced was very funny. There are a lot of great funny lines all throughout this film. Because man, this is a hard R Christmas movie right here. So you get a lot of F-bombs. You get Santa Claus dropping F-bombs, saying ho ho ho, Merry bleeping Christmas. All of that all throughout. And man, the comedy, it delivered, man. It really did deliver from start to finish. I'd say about 95% of the comedy landed for me throughout the film. There's a 5% of the comedy where it was some goofy humor within there that didn't necessarily work. But man, this is a funny movie all throughout, man. And your characters, the family within this film, they're all assholes. So they're not necessarily likable in a way. You don't want to see this happen to them because it's Christmas. But at the end of the day, once you learn more about them, which I won't spoil throughout the film, you're like, yeah, you kind of deserve what's coming to you. Also, speaking of which, of characters throughout this film, John Leguizamo plays the villain in this film. He's the villain. Now, his lines of dialogue are a little bit cheesy at times, stereotypical. And John Leguizamo, he was fun in this movie as the villain. He was pretty fun, but he was like that stereotypical, oh, I hate Christmas. His character name is Scrooge in the film, so that should tell you a lot there. But, you know, when it comes to John Leguizamo, he just has, it's something about his face to where he's just, I don't know how he is in person. I don't know him personally. He just does not seem like the most likable guy for whatever reason. And this is back-to-back films of his I saw where he plays a bit of an asshole in the film with The Menu, and now this. Man, John Leguizamo, he's an interesting guy. He's pretty interesting. But man, overall, this film, I will say my only gripe that I had within the film was in the middle, that second act, it does tend to drag a little bit. You could have cut out maybe about 10 to 15 minutes of the film to make it a little bit more tighter. It was like some fluff all throughout that we didn't necessarily need. So if you would have cut it and maybe made it down to about hour 35, hour 40, it would have been a much better film in my own personal opinion. Because once the action is going, it just goes and you're all invested to it, and then it has that stop like a little bit in the middle and you're just waiting for it to pick back up. But luckily enough, towards the latter half of the film, that second half of the second act into the third act, it delivers all the way through to the end, and it was a lot of fun just seeing Santa Claus get in on the action, beating people up, saving the day. And then as the action scenes are happening throughout the film, you really have the typical Christmas music type score in the background. Like Santa Claus is coming tonight, but then you're seeing Santa Claus just going out and beating and murdering these people all throughout the film. And I really did like that, man. And we saw progression and growth within the Santa Claus character within this film that I enjoyed, because he's lost some of that Christmas magic, so he's trying to build that back up. And then you see that progression and growth that he has just by talking to the little girl and trying to save her life. So she instills that Christmas magic back into him, and that was pretty fun to experience. And earlier within the film, when I had said it has those semblances of Die Hard and some of that Home Alone within the film, they actually make reference to those films in this movie. So that tells you a lot right then and there. because you see he's tossing Blu-rays of the films, and the kid actually says like, oh yeah, I went and watched Home Alone. And so when they use some elements of Home Alone in this film, you think it's gonna be that typical stereo copy of Home Alone, but they modernized the Home Alone aspects in this film to today's time, and I really enjoyed that. But man, overall in the end, this is a fun holiday movie. I recommend you all to go see. I wouldn't recommend taking any kids to possibly go see this film, just because of all the F-bombs, the blood and gore all throughout. But this is a fun, action-packed holiday spirit film filled with good joy, good laughs, and I recommend it to you all. Out of the fish scale out of 5, I'm gonna give this film a solid 3.75 out of 5 on the fish scale. Just a great, fun-filled holiday spirit film, and I highly recommend you all go out and check it out for yourselves. But overall, thank you guys so much for being here with me today talking films. I will have more stuff coming down the line. It is going to get a little busy for me because your boy is preparing to graduate from college at UNLV soon. So I'm going to still have my uploads, but I might be a little slow, but we're going to pick it back up though. I got y'all. But I hope you all have a good rest of you guys' days. Go on now, go watch some more holiday films, classics, whatever it is. What's you guys' favorite holiday movies? Comment below, let me know. And go ahead and click that subscribe button down below for me as well. And I can't wait to be talking more movies, TV, and pro wrestling with you all down the line. So y'all have a great day. Enjoy yourselves.